Welcome back to the Game Dev stream. I'm your host, Void Return. And I've returned to show y'all some game dev. Last week, this is part 5 of the beat 'em up fighting game. Let's see if I can zoom in here. So we got controls, moving, jumping, punching, kicking, and combos. Enemy mobs, ability for player to do damage and kill enemy mobs. Ability for enemy mobs to do damage and kill player. Yeah, I think so. Enemy mob moving and attack AI script. It's very, very basic AI, but it works for now. We got multiple mob spawnings. Yeah, that works too. Test fighting stage. Yeah, we have that here in the back. Adjust knockback distance when mobs get struck. I think I did do that. Maybe it could be tweaked a little more. I know I said I wanted... let's make that note. I wanted punching to not... Punching to have less knockback than kicking. I think we did do that, but it might have to be adjusted. So the thing we definitely have to do, because this is a problem last time for testing, is we have to add mirrored animations. For like if you want to punch to the left or punch to the right, so on. Because sometimes monsters will get on... Well, it's just what you need in a game, right? Unless it's a shoot 'em up, where you're only shooting in one direction, I guess. Okay, let's see. Got our player right here. Go to the animation window. So we're going to need to make separate animations for all this. This is going to be essentially mirrored. Let's organize this. Player idle. Player jab. Kick and cross. Oh, the cross comes after the jab, so put it right here. And then we have the kick. Put this right here. Why did that pop up? Okay, so we're going to assume that this is all... I'm not going to name it as such for now. But we're going to assume that these are all the right-facing animations. And then we're going to copy and paste. Oh, where did they go? Right here. Down here. Let's move this up here. And this... Well, maybe we will name it. Player idle left. Player jab left. Player cross left. Player kick. Oh. The hell am I doing? I'm already thinking about going right. That's why I typed that in. Player idle right. Why is my screen blinking? Yeah, it's not happening on the stream. Idle. Right. Yeah, it seems fine. Strange. Player jab right. Player cross. And these are going to have to connect to each other. I think I'll keep it this way just to see. Because I'm thinking maybe like the action moves that go to the right will also have to link to the idle left. Or maybe these should be linked to each other. Because what if you want to keep punching and then just switch immediately to the other direction? Anyway, we're going to keep it this way for now. Just to see. We're going to have to make... I'm going to go back to the animations. Wait. Player... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Where are the other animations? Ah, they're right here. I think moving them is going to cause trouble. Because it looks for where they are, like, it looks into specific folders for where they are, you know, like. So if I move them, it's not going to know where the animations are. We'll try it. I think it isn't complaining. Let's see. Click player, and then that's the idle. Yeah. Cross. It's not complaining. Jab. Yeah, and then kick. I think it's fine. I think it didn't I think it didn't cause any problems. So what we're going to do here is copy and paste, essentially. And we're going to name these to make sure. So this is going to be left. Left. I'm afraid to rename the other ones in case any like conflicts happen. Should I just do it? Let's fucking do it. Right. That was cross. Okay, let's see. Cross. Hey, it worked. Okay. I was worried about nothing. Right. Cool. And then here, what we can do is we just, well, first let's bring it up. Oh, shit. Okay, none of these are showing up. So we gotta insert them into, so right here it says player idle right, which is the motion that's being used by the animation node, player idle left. So we gotta click and drag player idle right into this slot. I mean left, I'm sorry. Where's left? That's cross. Idle left. There you go. Jab left. Cross left. Kick left. Kick, there it is. And cool. All my settings for timing. Oh, except for this. Has exit time. We don't need an exit time for that. Yeah, we don't need no exit time. want to immediately go to the next animation. What'd I do? There you go. We're going to have to make some code to make that switch too. And then what we do... Here it is. So we just mirror it. Oh, wait a second. Wait, what does mirror do? Animator controller? Oh my gosh. I think there's an easy way to do this. I'll have to explore that more later. I'm going to do it the way I know how to do it for now. Idle left. Record. We're going to go here and find the sprite renderer and then flip it on the x-axis. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now it's just facing left. And we do the same thing to the other one. So I'll jab left. Flip it on the x-axis. Shouldn't it be the y-axis? I left, jab left, kick left, flip on the X. Oh no! The the colliders are not lined up. Did I do cross left yet? No, I did not. Okay, I think was an easy fix for that. Let's go back to the idle. Idle left. What we'll do is the punch. Oh no. Is the collider on here? Yes, it is. Okay. So we'll remove this flip. And I think we're going to flip the entire object instead. No, oops. Idle. Jab left. Kick left. The reason being is because the colliders are on the main player object up here. And the only way to flip the collider around is to either manually adjust it, which I don't want to do, or flip the entire object so that it's just on the opposite side of its own local axis. So player cross left to do that, and then we're gonna rotate this thing 180 degrees on its y-axis. And hopefully that doesn't do anything to its controls. Player cross right. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to record. We're gonna move the rotation, but then set it back to 0. See, it's highlighted as red here. These fields. That means something was recorded, and we want it to record it as 0. If we just left it the way it was, it's gonna, when we go to face to the left, it'll flip, and then when we go back to the right, it won't flip. It'll just stay the way it was because there was nothing recorded for the y-axis rotation. So now we have to edit everything. Well, one aspect out of all the animations is what I mean. Player idle left. Flip is 180. Player idle right. Set it to 0. Did I do the rest of it? No, I didn't. Or did I? I did. I'm being, what's the word? I don't know the word. Anyway, I need to read more books. Okay, player jab left, rotate 180. Player jab right, record at 0. Player kick left, record 180. Player kick right, record at 0. And then we're going to have to go into the animator and make, I think, a float. We're going to call it direction. And what we're going to do here is we're going to log. We're going to go into our script and we're going to log which like the input from the left stick on the gamepad. We're going to take the x-axis from that and put it into the direction float that we have here. And what I'm going to do is, if the number is above 0, it's going to use all the right animations. If the number is under 0, it's going to use all the left animations. Let's see here. It's going to be, we're going to put it in player controls. It's got the animator component. That's good. We're going to put it in an update block. Any direction. Oops, no. Set float direction. We got movement input. What's our raw input? Context. Movement input equals movement input. Is it a float? It is a float. So we're just, yeah, we're just going to give it movement input. Do I have a dead zone for this stick? I do not. Let's take care of that. Public float stick dead zone. If input.x is bigger than stick dead zone, and then put everything inside this if clause. Yeah, that's good programming, right? Okay, then we got to set up that parameter. What are we listening to right now? This is kind of stuff that I would listen to alone. Well, I don't know if you guys would like it. I found some royalty-free dungeon synth. Let's, you know what? Let's put the link to this video. In the video description. By Argent Icon. Cool. There it is. Oh, I haven't mentioned this yet. Also, I have a Discord where you can get updates on when I'm streaming, what kind of streams coming up, announcements for the games that I've released or will release, which I do have some news about that too. I have finally put a game up on the Google Play Store. Hooray me! So you do have to have an Android device. It's not available for iOS, unfortunately. But I am working on getting it onto Steam. So if you have a PC, you can play it there. Possibly even macOS? I could make it available. No. Well, I have to do more research. The thing about Apple products is, especially for like iOS, is you have to have an Apple product in order to be a developer for Apple apps. You gotta make a special key that you can only get from an Apple computer. And then like just jump through a whole fucking series of hoops set on fire with pits of acid and snakes all at the same time. And you know, it's just such a hassle. I tried it once. I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway. Yeah, so it's a puzzle. Actually, you know what? Let's bring it up. Do I have it? Can I open it here? Okay, I'll let that open. Where were we? I gotta set the parameters for which way it's facing. So right will go to left when direction is less than 0, and then we go to left and do vice versa. Greater than 0. Let's try it. What's going on here? Why? I can't go left. Oh! I know why. I did this in the last time I used code like this. Hold on a sec. Player controls. Current hit points. Where is it? Did I not save? I saved. Where's the dead zone? Oh, that's mob stats. I'm looking at the wrong thing. We'll put 0.1. So what I should have done was, if the absolute value of input.x is greater than stick dead zone, then take input. So when I was moving the stick to the left, the input was negative, right? That's less than 0. So we take the absolute value and compare it to the stick dead zone, which I have at 0.1. All right, let's try that. Now we should be able to move to the left. Oh no. The camera. So up here you can see that I'm indeed moving left and right. But down here it looks like I'm only moving right. And that's because the camera has flipped as well. Ah. Stinks. Okay. We'll make a quick fix. We're going to patch it with a band-aid and make a separate script for the camera. Camera follower. Vector 3 offset public game object follow obj void update this dot transform dot position equals follow. I'm gonna make this a transform, not an object. Transform follow dot position plus offset. Easy peasy. Move the main camera off here. We're going to add the script to the camera. Universal additional camera data? What is this? Not like I was going to be able to read this. I don't know why I bothered opening it, because I know I can't read that. I just don't remember that being a component on the camera object by default. Anyway, put the player right here. The offset. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't make it public. This should be public. So I can affect it. I can put in a value. It's going to be 0, 0, and then Z is going to be -1. That's all I need. Let's try it. Why does it look kind of jerky? Why am I moving ever so slightly? Anyway, the animation's working. Oh, I died. It's kind of a jump scare when that happens. I don't know why it's doing that. Just for kicks and giggles. I wonder what would happen if I did vector 3 dot move towards this dot transform dot position to 1F. Just see what happens. So this is supposed to add some like smooth camera transition. Smooth camera movements. It looks less jerky. It does. I don't know if maybe I was just imagining it. Ugh. Ooh. What the heck? Oh, I died. I need to add an HP bar. That kick was super powerful. Alright. Did we check anything off the list? Yep, mirrored animations. Add a damage cooldown animation. Because you know how, like... an older game... You know, well, maybe they do it today. But when you get damaged, there's like, you can't get damaged immediately again. There was a cooldown where your character, like, blinks a little bit. Amine? Hi, welcome to the stream. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Yeah, invincibility, exactly. Iframes, yep. Does the player have yeah. So player has a mob stats script. Yeah, I can't I've played Hollow Knight, but I can't remember if it had it or not, but it probably did. Wouldn't be surprised. So, where's the mob stats script? Right here. Damage timer? Maybe I intended to put it. I already put a variable in here for it. Change HP. Yeah. Wait, so it's already here. Amine says, "Do I help with coding, or do you want to enjoy? You want me to just enjoy my noodles and watch?" Amine, you do you. You know, you can enjoy your noodles. If you have some ideas, sure. If you have any questions, you know, I can try to help with that too. But we have a checklist here for things that we're trying to accomplish at the moment. And also like a planning, sort of a plan. Like what aspects that we're trying to add to the game and stuff. Right now I'm trying to add, yeah, well, the iframes, you were there for that. Okay, so it looks like I already tried to add it to the mob stats script. Let me zoom in here. I forgot. I always forget to zoom in because I know it's kind of small for the stream. Okay. Oops. Are you Amine, are you experienced in game dev stuff? Or like, what are your skills? What's your skills? What are your skill sets? Okay, so if damage, if amount is smaller than 0. All right, because it's damage, so the amount would be negative. Damage cooldown is equal to or less than 0. You know what? We can't really tell until we have like a health bar. So I guess we'll just add that. You're making a horror game. Okay. What are you using? Unity? Unreal? So this slider right here is going to be our HP bar. Put it right here. And would you say, Amine, would you say you're sort of breezing through that project and you're like not having any issues? Because I mean, for me personally, I always have issues. I'm like running into problems left and right, and I have to work through them. But I get there eventually. Let's see here. Background. Fill area. Width. That's cool. How far are you from completing that horror game? The handle is going to be invisible because we don't need it. If it's a small error, I just ignore it and expend the game. If it's big and bothering error, then I just try to fix it. Not so close. Oh, okay. I think I did something wrong here. Uh-oh. You know what? We're going to delete it and start over. Here it is. Do that so it fills up the entire slider area, the fill area. Oh, I think I do have to. Why is this? That's strange. Handle slide area. Yeah, bring it all the way to the left, all the way to the right. The handle itself will not have an image. Okay, there you go. Oh, wait. The handle needs to be made smaller. Handle slide area. I always forget how I do this. Oh, change the width. Change this width to 0 maybe. Fill area. Make this 0. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah. The fill area will be green or maybe red. I'll go red. About there. And the background, I don't know, black, gray. Gray is okay. Dark gray. Maybe some dark gray, blue gray. I like blue gray. Okay. Now, who am I going to give this HP bar to? Maybe we'll make a UI script. Scripting. UI. Call it that for now. And this is just going to take care of the health bar. And the reason why I'm making it like this and not just adding it to an already existing script is I'll probably add more later. So we got mobs, stats, target. We'll just do mob. Public slider, HP, and we gotta add Unity Engine .ui so it knows what it'll be able to handle it. We'll do public. No. Void update HP.value equals mob. And I gotta go look at it because I forgot the name of. Okay, it's just hit points. We got current hit points and regular hit points, max hit points. Hi there, Richard. Welcome to the stream. What was it? Current hit points and hit points. So mob current hit points divided by mob hit points. Cool. So in case you didn't know, Amine, Richard. So this stream is just a place for people who are interested in game dev to hang out and ask any questions that they might have about the whole process. I am not formally trained. I didn't go to school for this. I taught myself everything I know. That being said, you know, I'll answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. I also have a Discord linked in my YouTube profile, not the video description. It's in my YouTube profile. And you'll get notifications for when streams are coming up, or you can check out my game. I do have one game up in the Google Play Store. And there are directions on how to be able to get in on testing that. Let's see. Right, I gotta add the UI script. Add the mob. Add the HP bar, which is, okay, we're gonna rename this. HP slider. Oh, where'd it go? There. Alright, let's see. Hit play. It should go all the way up to the top, the red part. Yeah, there you go. What is that? Oh, that's just the... Okay, so I'm going to take some damage and see what happens. Yep. Boom. Okay, so the cooldown is definitely working. So I already added a cooldown. Problem is, as long as I'm in contact with an enemy object, I'm not going to take any more damage. I have to like move away and then touch it again. I think I know how to fix that. Amine says, don't worry about it. I didn't go to game dev in college or uni. Yeah. I would have liked to, but... Well, no. Wait, what's wrong? I can't jump. I can kick. Why can't I jump? Right now I'm actually going to... I'm going to a community college for software engineering. At least that's what I hope to transfer for. So, I don't know. Cross my fingers with that, right? The latency. He says there's a lot of latency in the stream, by the way. I can't really do anything about that. Okay, so I think for that little problem, let's see where... Let me find the collider. Dang, so we already did that. I just didn't know it was working because I didn't have an HP bar. So add cooldown animation. Oh, but I don't have the blinking animation. I guess we should do that. How would I do that? What do I think is the hardest thing about coding? Reading the documentation, the API documentation. Let me show you what I mean by that. It's this thing. So this has everything you need to know about Unity. Wait, what's going on? Oh, that was weird. Everything you need to know, right? Can I read it? Fuck no. There's some things that I can understand. If I look for something specific, like usually what I do is like I Google a specific thing about a function, and then it'll bring me directly to the article that, you know, pertains to that. But if I were to go into Unity documentation from the home page and look for what I need, I would not be able to find it. I tried it earlier today because I was looking for like stuff on the input field for the UI, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't even find it when I was Googling it. So it might be somewhere else. But yeah. Other than that, I learned to code from what's that series of books called? Like An Idiot's Guide to So and So. Like, you know how they have topics on lots of things. I started there as like a teenager, and then I just Googled everything else. I did some YouTube videos, and then I just Googled everything else, and you start to see patterns. You start to remember how things were supposed to be formatted, and then everything just sort of meshes together eventually. That's my experience anyway. Okay, I keep getting off track. What am I doing? adding a blink to the graphic when you take damage for the iframes. I think I know how I'm going to do this, but I don't remember. I'm going to try to change the color of the sprite and only affect the alpha via script, not using the animations. But I don't remember how I did that in a different project I have, and I don't remember how I did it. So I'm gonna have to look it up. Maybe I'll just find it. Oh yeah, it's actually in the game that I currently have on Google Play Store. Scripts, brick color behavior. There it is. Open with Studio Code. Alright, that's it. Oh, I had a public. Oh, don't I have the other project open? Yeah, I do. So this is the game that I have currently available for people to download. Let me just look up that one thing real quick. Maybe it's in prefabs. Brick. There it is. Oh. And then... Oh, that's cool. So color is a component. And then when you make it public, it shows up in the inspector as just like a color picker. Alright, so that's what we'll do. And I'll also show you a little bit of this game. Will it work if I start it from this scene? Oh, let's maximize it, huh? Make it bigger. So this is it's for mobile Android. That's why I have the controls visible on the screen. But it also works if you plug in a controller. Like if you were to plug a controller in your phone, it would also work. Uh-oh, something's wrong. I guess it does have to start from the main menu. I can't just go straight into the game. Start game. Oh, wait. What's going on with the complexity? What if I move it to the left? Nope. Okay. Well, I can show you. It's not working exactly how I expected it to, but I can still show you how it works. If I do that. Nope. So you can see that I'm a red right here, so that means I can destroy red blocks. If I hit another one, a different color, I'll turn into that color. So normally we're supposed to get a mix of different colors here. Something went wrong, and all the rows are the same. Like each row has one color. It's supposed to be mixed up, but you can get combos and so if you're old like me, you probably had a Super Nintendo, and there was a game on there called Zoop, and this is basically a clone of that. Dang, I wish the colors were different. But I don't have time to spend on that right now. We're focusing on the beat 'em up game. So, okay, let's go back here. We don't need, well, we might. I'm just trying to decide where I want to put this variable. Public. I wonder if I need a header. Oh yeah, all the time. Richard said, "Do you forget simple things while coding?" Because I do. Yes, it's it's just a human thing, man. You know, like, oh gosh, especially when your scripts get really big. I tried to separate everything, you know, as much as I can into separate scripts, and so that like the lines of code that I have feel like they're where they belong. You know, you don't want to like mix different functions for different purposes in the same script. But even then you start to forget, like, why is this connected to this script? Like, or like, did I connect it right? Or, you know, there's all kinds of things. There's so many things that can go wrong. The only thing you can do is just keep practicing. We just keep coding. If you stop because you know, I don't know, you just like give up or something, it's only going to get worse. The more you do it, it's like math. You know, like when you go to math class and they give you a bunch of math homework and you're like, why is it so much homework? It's muscle memory. Teacher is trying to give you muscle memory for your math. And it's the same thing with coding, you know, from my experiences. The more you do it, the better you're going to be at it. So just keep doing it. You know, even if it's not like, you could just like, you don't have to make a game either. You could just make some simple script to, I don't know, fill a function on your computer that you might need. Color invol blink. Oh, you know what the second most hardest thing is for me, as far as coding, is naming my variables. Sometimes I sit there for like 5 minutes, like, what the fuck do I want to name this thing? And it's got to be something that's not going to get mixed up with something else, you know? Because maybe it'll be like, maybe you name this one invol blink, and then you name another one blinking, and like, maybe in your head at the time they do different things, but then you as a person is going to get mixed up because they look too similar. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a good example or not. Okay, so save this. Oh, no. Okay, we're going to have to make this an array. Invol blank equals new color 2. Because one's going to be, alpha is going to be set to 1, and the other one's going to be alpha is going to be set to 0. Oh, it's right here, right? Yeah, no. Wait. It's in mob stats. Mob stats. Invol blank. There we are. Okay. White. Alpha set to 1. Well, they can both be white. We'll set the alpha to like 0.5. Let's see what this looks like at 0.5. No, I think less than that. Like right there. 0.15? Yeah, we'll take it. So it's gonna, when I'm going through my iframes, it's gonna blink between these two colors. They're both white, but one's more see-through than the other. That's the point. And we're gonna make public float blink speed. Make another floater here. Float blink timer. Fixed update. If blink timer is bigger or equal to 0f, blink timer minus time dot delta time. Did you just delete your comment? What do you think? I saw you emanate. I saw you type something and then it disappeared. Time. If hold on. Damage timer is bigger than 0f and blink timer, yeah. Else blink. Oh no, we should be else if damage timer is less than or equal to 0f blink. Oh, I guess that doesn't really matter. Ugh. If time is bigger than last blinked plus blink gap, do the switch. Else per first color back. I think, yeah, I was gonna do something like that. I was gonna have I guess we'll just is blinking. Well, let me try to figure out how you were gonna do it. If time is bigger than the last blinked. So time is you're gonna increase the timer, right? I decrease the timer. I go like I set it at the max and then I subtract from it until it hits 0 and then something happens. But it seems like you add plus blink gap. I'm a little confused with the blink gap part. Do the switch. Yeah. Well, let's see. I'll show you how I was going to do it. So, if... You know what? I should just make this one if statement a blanket thing. Oops. If blink timer, yep. And then what's going on here with the spacing? if blink timer is less than or equal to, wait, no, it should just be bigger than 0f, then is blinking equals true. No. Is blinking equals not is blinking. There you go. That's the flip right there. And then in this same if statement, we'll set the blink timer back to blink speed. I think this will be fine as it is. And I'll make another one that says if. Oh, wait. If is blinking. I gotta get my sprite component, don't I? Sprite renderer. Public sprite render rend. Rend color, oops, equals invul blink 0, else rend color equals invul blink 1. Okay, let's see if it complains. Oh no, I expanded the console window. How did I do that? Okay, it's good. That scared me. Okay, it did not... Oh my goodness. My mouse is double clicking on its own. Do I need a new mouse? Yeah, that's not cool. Anyway, let's take damage and see if it'll work. Nope. I'm not blinking. Oh! I didn't set a number for it. Blink speed? I don't know. 0.25? So every quarter of a second I blink. Uh-oh, I also didn't assign the sprite render component. Boop. There you go. Oh, I'm blinking. I'm blinking right now. Wait. Okay. Why is that happening? Damage. If damage timer is bigger than 0. Oh, it should be damage cooldown, not damage timer. Damage timer is always going to be bigger than 0. See, I got my variables mixed up. Prime example. So damage timer, the way I have set, is the max amount of time the timer should be. And then the cooldown is the actual timer. Oh man, maybe I should reverse that naming convention. Anyway, let's try that again. And this is another thing, like every coder is gonna have their own way of doing things. Like there's gonna be a right and wrong way to do a lot of things, sure. But for okay, it worked. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so when the damage cooldown was done, I stayed translucent. Else, so if damage cooldown is bigger than 0, then do all that stuff. Else, rem.color equals invol blink 0. That way it defaults back to the completely opaque color. What was I saying? Every programmer is going to have their style. That's the word I was looking for, style. We're going to have our own style of doing things. So, you know, you go to school for programming, you're going to be taught, excuse me, you're going to be taught specific things. You're going to be taught specific conventions. Like, for example, you're going to be taught to always put a space between your math symbols. Like if you did something like blah, blah, you know, it looks messy, right? Oh, it just did it for me. Oh, I didn't know it would do that. But they tell you not to do this. Which, that makes sense because it's hard to read, right? If you give this off to, even to yourself, if you come back to it, it's been a bit, it's just harder on your eyes to read everything. And especially so if you're going to give it to another coder, and they're going to be looking at what you wrote, and they're going to be like, this is killing my eyes. But other than that, you know, like how I did with the cooldown, damage cooldown and damage timer, like we're going to have our own conventions of doing things. And it's tough to like communicate how we do those things, but that's why we write little notes. You know, if I opened up oh, the camera had it, right? Yeah, this universal additional camera data, this comes with Unity. So I didn't write this. There's tons of notes. I feel like it's mostly notes. This is whoever, you know, writes stuff for Unity. Bunch of notes. Most of this is green. And this is just so that like when you pass it off to the next person who's going to help work on this project, they can read and understand why things were written the way they were. I do not have any notes. This is bad. Do not follow this example. You should not be doing this because even if you're just working by yourself, you're, like I said, you're going to come back to it after a while and you're going to forget what things are for. And the notes are supposed to help you with that. I keep telling myself like I will go back and write notes. I will add those things, but you know, I have yet to do so. Okay, so we added the little thing where it'll go back to the first color when you're not taking damage. I think the blink interval is also too long. Quarter of a second might be too long. I'm blinking. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, we got to do something about this. Eventually. Okay, okay, that's done. Add more art assets. Damage image for when mobs get hurt. I wonder... I'm going to open Krita. I had problems with Krita last time I tried to draw. It was just so laggy, and I think it's because my computer was just dealing with so many things at once. It needs an upgrade. What else can we do? These monsters need to stop standing on each other. That's a problem. Yeah, see, look at that. How did that happen? Maybe I shouldn't make them solid, but then how are they going to stand on platforms? Oh, I literally had these two spawn on top of each other. That was my bad. But also, they don't know how to kill this one. Back. Okay, good. How am I going to give them navigation AI? I haven't even begun to brainstorm that concept. Unity does have a navigation AI package, but it only works for 3D games and top-down 2D games. So right now this is a side-scrolling game. It doesn't work for that. I think there was something somewhere else, like someone made something on GitHub or something like that, but I think it was outdated and I couldn't really get it to work. Might have to look up something on YouTube, see how other people did it. For now, where are the spawn points? Spawn point container. Oh, there's one spawn point here, but there's two monsters being spawned at the same time. Mob spawner. Spawn limit, make it 4. For now. Is Krita open yet? Yeah, it's open. Okay, let's try drawing something. If it's too laggy, I don't know, might not be able to do it. Hey, this feels pretty good. Okay, maybe we will be able to draw. I don't know. What do you guys want me to do? You want to see some drawing, or do you want me to just stick with coding for now? It's a lot of errors here. What do you mean? Oh, the monsters don't have... Yeah. Blink speed 0.25. This is 0.15, right? YK Alex, welcome to the stream. Was there anything else left out? I think that's all I was complaining about. I'm trying to think what else I can add to the task list as far as the like coding and game design. not just the art assets. I might have to brainstorm on that off stream. I guess I'll do drawing for now. So Alex, we're making a fighting game, if you can't already tell from the title. It's a beat 'em up. I'll show you a little bit of what we got so far. Let me maximize this. Hold on. Make it bigger. Hold up. The health bar got really small. What happened there? So we've got monsters here. Oh, I'm facing the other way. I can jump. I can... Oh, wait. I can kick, but I feel like... Ah. Hold on, that was weird. When I kicked it, it wanted to move to the right. It's supposed to move away from me, not just to the right. Let me spawn over on the other side and just see what happens. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's getting launched to the right. Well, that's not good. The monsters have their own script for movement. Enemy AI. Enemy AI is right here. Or maybe it's in punch detector. There's a line somewhere here I'm looking for. No, it's not in here because there's no rigid body component. Where it adds the force. It adds force to knock something back. Damage target. Here it is. Vector right? Why do I have it? That's why. Okay. Vector 3 direction equals this dot transform dot position minus target dot transform dot position, and then direction equals direction normalized. So what I'm doing here is oh, wait a second. Now this should be direction. Vector 3 project. I think it's direction vector 3 right. Normalized. And then we'll replace this one with direction. So what I did here just now is it's some calculus. You gotta know math, unfortunately. So let's say I'm right here. Let's say I'm right here. And the monster I want to hit, the enemy mob is right here. So let's say I'm close enough to kick it, right? So I kick it. what I did was I took this position and subtracted it from the enemy's position, and I got another vector, right? So it's this vector. It would be a vector in this direction of this magnitude, and then I projected it onto a vector 3 dot right vector, which is 1 0 0. So a vector, I can't write very well with my mouse. Vector 3 dot right equals this. The x is 1, y and z are 0. Visually that looks like something like this, right? So if I take this vector from earlier and project it onto the second vector, the resultant vector is going to be this. It's something to the left, but it's going to be on the same, it's going to be parallel to the second vector. And then at the end I typed, if you saw, I typed dot normalized, and what that does is the magnitude of this vector right here becomes 1. So if it was this long, let's say that's a 10, right? Let's say the magnitude of this is 10. And then I normalize it, the magnitude of that vector becomes 1. It brings it down to the magnitude of a unit vector. And the reason I did that was because I wanted it to be in line with vector 3 dot right, so that everything was working in the x-axis and only in the x-axis. Let me close this project. We're not messing with this anymore. Let me know if that was confusing. I'll try to explain it in other different words. All right, so I did that. Okay, that should be it. Should be. Is it? We'll find out. That's so funny. I just found out now that I can only kill. Whoa! It's going the opposite way. Okay, I know what happened. Excuse me. I gotta reverse this. It should be target minus this position. That should fix it. I swear I studied math. Boom. All right, cool. Kick it to the right. Kick it to the left. Yeah, it worked. All right. Come down here. Come down here. Come on. Come on. See what happens. Boom. Boom. You're dead. Okay. I think I want to come up with a different design for the monster. I don't have to spend a lot of time on it. I shouldn't have to spend a lot of time because this is just a simple. This is not going to be a complex game. But maybe, well, you know what? Maybe we could do some concept art for later on. Dust off my drawing pad. We're gonna set this to. I don't really use this a lot. I'm not. Drawing is something I didn't practice as much. I used to do it when I was younger. Let's make that gray. What do we want our main character to look like? And drawing on a drawing pad is like, that's something that's very new to me. I don't really do it. You know what? I'm getting vibes already from what's that one game? Xenogears? That dude that had like he had like one long antenna hair thingy in the front, and then he had like a long ponytail in the back. Something like that. I'm already getting those vibes. Where's the eraser? Uh-oh. What tool was I using? Is it this one? Nope. This one. Okay. To Alex, if you're still here, what experience do you have with game design? Are you just starting? You're just interested, or are you fairly experienced? Can I move this entire thing? I can. Let's bring in some reference art, because I feel a little off. Xenogears. Is there a remake? Xenogears characters. Fei Fong Wong. Fei Fong Wong. Yeah, I don't know if you remember this guy. It was an old game, too. Let's make the legs longer. I think that's the problem here. I want him to be more buff, too. Buffer than the one in this reference photo, anyway. Intermediate coding, okay. Are you looking to work with Unity or Unreal? I have no experience with Unreal. This dude's waist is slimmer. I gotta change. How do I resize the canvas? Here it is. New size. We'll make it a square. Oh, I keep slouching in my chair, killing my back. This is the problem I had. If I long clicked, uh-oh, it turned red. What the heck? Oh man. How do I get rid of that long click? Nope. Nope, it's not that. Shit. That's not it. There was a different screen for this. Yeah, if I held my pen in one spot too long, then it would do this. I don't want it to do that. Maybe there's settings right here for it. Oh man, it is lagging again. It's not catching my input right away, and it thinks that I'm holding my pen in one spot, and then it brings up that menu. No. Wait, where's the undo button? Maybe like that. I don't know. Maybe make it higher. I feel like I want it higher. And we're just drawing here, like just whatever comes to mind. This is not going to be assets that I'm going to use. Vanakam AOI. Hi AOI. Is that a what language? Is that a different language? Vanakam Mame. Let's type that into Google Translate and see what happens. Oh, that's why. Telugu. Oh. How you doing? We're just doing some concept art right now for this fighting game. What was I saying? So this is not art that I'm going to use for the game. This is just me trying to figure out how I want things to look, because I think we're getting a little further in this project, and we're going to see, like, we're going to start wanting to see more formed art, because right now all we have is this. Let me find the images. Sprite editor. Yeah. We just have this. It's not the greatest. It was they're just placeholders. Where's the monster? Where's the monster image? Strange. Oh well. The monster I had drawn up to look like... oh, it opened in here. I had drawn up to look like the xenomorph from Aliens. Just randomly kind of did it. Uh-oh, what happened to my reference? Give him some baggy pants. And he'll just have boots. Something like that. Oops. Oh, what's the undo button? Nope. Nope. What's wrong? Oh, my thing is angled. Oh man, drawing pads are weird. Oh, Godot. Yeah, I've heard of Godot. I don't know anything about it. I've not touched it. I had a friend that I was trying to convince to get to work with me, and he was like convinced that Godot was the thing, and I was like, I don't know. I already have experience with Unity. I don't really feel like shifting right now. And then we ended up just going separate ways. I feel like that color is a little too dark. Is there a way to lighten this? God. I gotta get more practice in on this drawing pad. State machine. I'm not even sure what that is. Oh. Dude, I'm so bad at this. I need to draw. I just want paper and pencil. I don't need this right now. Ah. Especially it's so jerky. Why is it doing that? Oh my goodness. What happens if I just do this with a mouse? Oh, that's a thing. What if I just zoom in? Going back to the drawing pad. That's all I had to do was zoom in. Roblox Studios. You know, I have friends who told me I should get into that. Oh my gosh, this... you know, I don't really have a problem with drawing. Like I can draw, but it's this drawing pad. You know, even if I trace over another drawing, I'm just not that great with a drawing pad. I just got this thing. I'm not really used to it. But it seems like zooming in helped. Uh-oh. I want the eyebrows about somewhere right here, the mouth somewhere right here. I'm just going to draw this in. And the ears around right here. Wait, did I just draw that in the background? I totally did. Oh well. Not sure how I feel about these eyes. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I'm still in the background. Son of a... Dang it. Nope. Yeah, this music in the background is free. I have it linked in the video description below. I don't know what I just did. I'm new to Krita as well. The eye's about right here. The nose right here. I feel like the head should be slimmer. Right here. And then we're not going to forget to go to the second layer and then start drawing there. Wait, what's going on here? What happens? Like, oh. Oh, God. Yeah, no problem. I want his eyes to look look darker, colder. A little too far out. What about there? What? Ugh. Yeah, AOI says, have you made any games before? I actually have one right now in the Google Play Store. But you have to join my Google group to play it because it's in internal testing at the moment. So you can't just it's not like anyone can just download it. Google has some weird restrictions on who can release a game, and the requirements are that new developers have 20 testers opted in for your game to be allowed to be released. So right now I'm in the process of just trying to find. Oh, what am I doing? Trying to find testers. So if you would like to join my Discord, the link to the Google group is in there, along with some directions on how to opt in for testing. It's an action puzzle game. I played it earlier. Kind of color matching type thing. Make the eyebrows lower here. A little more emotion. Right about there. You'd be surprised how many AOI says how you get testers. You got friends. You'd be surprised how many people. How do we put this in a nicer way? It's easy for. Nope. I guess that what I could say is I just don't know that many people. So. Yeah, I have to resort to the internet to find testers. I've seen some Reddit groups where people have been posting their games and they're like, "Hey, I'll test your game if you test mine," kind of thing. I'm also just trying to grow the Discord that I have. Oh, this should be black. Ooh, I gotta go soon. There you go. Straight lines. Nope, that wasn't straight. Bam. I think I need one of those drawing gloves where your hand glides over your drawing tablet. I feel like that might help here. Because my hand gets stuck. Straighter. Boop. Boop. There you go. I'm a regular Picasso. Oh. Can I zoom in here? Let's see how he did the nose. They just draw, as far as black outline, they just draw two little lines right here. And then the rest is shading and coloring. Which I can't really, I don't know. It's just concept art, so. Not meant to be the final product. A stranger could uninstall our game before 14 days. Yeah, theoretically. Or they could completely forget all about it and just leave it on their phone. Well, no. So there's a separate button. There's the button to opt in to test, and then there's actually downloading the game. I think all Google cares about is if someone has pressed the opt-in button. I could be wrong. If they uninstalled the game, it might remove their opt-in thing, but I don't know. It hasn't happened to me yet. Right now, I know I have 3 testers who have opted in. No, I don't like those lines. Whoops. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm so terrible at this. Come on, straight line, focus. Maybe we start taking away this other layer. I'm going to add another layer for the hair swoosh. Whoops. Nope. Nope. Like that. Goodness, this is hard. I'm gonna look more at this. Whoops. No. No. How do you redo? Control-Shift-Z? Okay, whatever. Oh, I see. Something like that. Oops. Straight line. Straight line. Good. No. Straight line. Close enough. I don't know why, but I'm imagining a comb over or pompadour at the same time as having these bang-like protrusions. I don't. Let's see if it'll work. Nope. Head needs to be rounder. His head would probably be like around here. So. It kind of works. I've been watching a lot. I've been looking at a lot of Final Fantasy stuff. So this might be bleeding into what I'm drawing now. That's a strange looking Adam's apple. I think it should be higher. Something like that. He needs to be more muscly. He needs more muscle. Neck needs to be thicker-ish. Collarbones. Oh, I gotta go. Frick. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. What did we get done today? We added the iframes. We mirrored the animations. That's it. That's what we did. We did 2 things. And that took 2 hours. Sometimes it's going to be like that. The last time I streamed, I think we did like this many tasks. Oh, so you said the Play Store link is not working for you. I have to add you individually. If you're in the Discord, which it looks like someone joined, so I'll just join the Google group, and then I'll add you to the tester list, and you should get a notification in your email saying that you got access, I think. And then when you go back to the link for the game, it should work for you. So I'll try to get to that as soon as I shut down this stream. But so far, yeah, thanks for joining, guys. For those of you who may have just joined, this stream is about indie game dev. If you have any questions while I'm working, any questions about the game or just game development in general, I don't have formal training in it, but I can answer to the best of my ability. I've taught myself everything I know so far, and I can I can share my experiences and my theory and whatnot. We're going to be doing a variety of things, like you see. And just now, I was doing some drawing. I did some coding. All these other things. I think maybe soon we're going to do, if we can get these other things right, we can actually start designing a level. Or did I say we're going to do an arena type thing? I can't remember. But yeah, until next stream. Oh, I don't use, you said, AOI says I don't use Discord right now. I'll do it later. You know what? Let me just, let me grab the Google group. Where is it? I'll put the link in YouTube chat. So you should see it there in YouTube chat. That's the Google group that'll lead you to the to be able to test my game. Okay, but thank you for those who have been stuck with us so far. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, all that good stuff. Until next stream, we'll see you guys later.